I'd like to invite Rais Busom, the founder and CEO of GamingBlock, onto the stage for our next session. These microphones are going to fall off. You standing here? You got them?
Yeah, I'm
okay, perfect.
Free.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
The presentation, please. Well, good afternoon to everyone. My 20 last friend here that resist, thank you for that. Thank you to the organization to invite me to Willem. Also, if for Barcelona football fan, this is not a neutral place, but it's a magnificent stadium and auditorium. So I'm here to talk about the blockchain. And we know that there is a lot of hype, of confusion around. Like you can see in this Dilbert joke. And this is what happened. There is nobody knows what to do with that. So there are some truths that you need to know. No? For example, that blockchain is completely inevitable. You need to shut down internet completely if you want to stop it. So this is a massive event that will be bigger than the current internet. Some people call this the Internet 2.0. And probably every digital asset will be stored on the blockchain. Music, videos, any kind of files, everything. And for example, the first and bigger application of blockchain is the Bitcoin, and today it's worth about more than $100 billion and is representing 50% of all the cryptocurrencies. So it's difficult to understand blockchain because it's not a new technology. It's not only that. It's a paradigm shift. Is changing all the digital relationships. And this is very unique and it's not happened before. And this is create a lot of confusion, especially, no offense if there is some people from the big consultant firms, there are a lot of PowerPoints and very little real applications. So if I try to summarize in one sentence what is blockchain is self-guarantee transactions at planetary scale. Nothing more and nothing else, but this is the first time in history of humanity that happened. Maybe we can achieve now 90% of security in transactions and be sure of the sender and the receiver and the content, but the 100% mathematically we achieve thanks to the blockchain. And well, you can read later on this Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, the definition. But basically, Satoshi Nakamoto solved a mathematical problem, traditional mathematical problem called the Byzantine generals, what was defined in 1975. And Satoshi in 2008 made a mathematical solution. It's a protocol called proof of work that, for the first time, prevent a problem is called double spending. That's very easy to understand because in digital world you can copy, for example, a song millions of times and the copy is identical one to another and you don't need to make any effort to do that. But if not a song, it's a coin, for example, so you became the Federal Reserve, and this is not good. So this proof of work protocol prevent that. So any digital asset, any copy of digital asset is completely different from another. Like in the reality, no, with one CD to other CD are completely different. Also inside is the same song. So this is what we achieve on blockchain. And if you have time, I strongly recommend to watch the videos of Andreas Antonopoulos. He's one of the best evangelizers of blockchain and Bitcoin. And this easy because Antonopoulos is an engineer, is a software engineer. That is very important to understand, deeply understand blockchain, and also because he's Greek. And as you know, Greece is a country had a lot of problems with the debt, the sovereign debt, and this helped a lot to understand that. So back to my previous definition. So with different mathematical things, you can, to be sure of the sender is 100% the owner of the transaction, because you have the digital signature technology, the public key encryption. You can be sure that the content is safe because it's sealed by hash and you cannot manipulate the content. All the history of the transactions and copy in all the servers of the network of blockchain. So that makes completely impossible to hack the transactions. And specifically, this protocol, proof of work, what do is the bad guys, they don't have time to do bad things. Basically, proof of work make a lot of a reward because you make an effort to validate the transactions, and in the meantime you do that, you don't have time to do bad things, basically. That is what achieve blockchain with this proof of work protocol. So the immediate benefits of blockchain are to achieve consensus, trustworthy environments, disintermediation and decentralization, or things like, you remember in Ron, this can happen with blockchain because you have the mathematical system to establish trustworthy, and you don't need auditing people, you don't need these rules of accountancy to achieve that. And what I recommend to you, if you want to go in the blockchain world and take benefits from that, is start something on blockchain. No? We call the blockchain first, like mobile first, because you need to touch things, your people need to experiment. And also, if a lot of consultants say that if you can do this with a regular database, don't do on blockchain, I recommend the opposite, because you need to prove something, you know how to do it with other technology, and understand how you can extend the benefits with the new technology of blockchain. And in gaming industry, there are a lot of experiments, very disruptive, about Bitcoin casinos, for example, or protocols, or also platforms with very fancy environments, with tokens for affiliates, players, operators, etc. And that is very interesting, but the reality is, in regulated environments, you cannot say to the regulator what they have to do. So, for example, our approach is give real solutions to the market, and growth with the market in the best solutions for that. No? And there are benefits of the application of blockchain for players that always thought that the gaming sites are cheating them. So they can have certification in real time of everything, transactions, RNG, or authentication, and the operations the same. They can have this kind of certification that is a very high level of proof. If you have a lawsuit, you have to go to the court, that you have all the proofs you need to win this against the players. Also, for platforms, offering these benefits is very important for the operators. And laboratories also in RNG, there are a lot of benefits from them. And in the long term, regulators and industry associations can build consensus or specific private networks for the industry with common practices, especially in QYC or AML. For example, our portfolio of products, including some generic services like digital ID, tokenization, certification of files or transactions, everything, digital signature, some specific for the gaming world, like the certification of RNG and real time with the outcome store certifying on blockchain. And something very nice, like for example, we call the anti-Instagram. That is, we can make a picture, for example, for a live roulette with a result, and is immediately in real time geolocated with the coordinates and the timestamp registered in blockchain, so you are completely secure that this event happened in that place at that time. And for example, outside of our industry, in customs, they are using, when they open a container and something is broken, they make a photo and they can go to any court if they have to prove that this is happening at that time. And to finalize my presentation, I want to show some screenshots to show that there are real applications or working. This is the dashboard with different services you can use. And for example, here one of the transactions that could be in a public Ethereum or private Ethereum. And to finish, I would advise something like a friend of mine say, that don't be late again. If you be late on the internet or you be late on mobile, please don't be late on blockchain. Thank you.
This